Hi, everyone. Tom Kreager with the Tennessean. Welcome to the final bootleg of the season. Yes, it's signing day edition. Probably one of my favorite editions of the year, where we kind of, you know, spend some time with some of our special Dandy Dozen signees. And we've got at least two, and I think maybe one or two more coming in shortly. But I feel kind of weird because this is like the all academic. We got a couple of people going to Duke, maybe someone coming in from Northwestern. It's going to be an interesting conversation. And of course, this show is presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Without their support, we cannot do shows like that. So we thank them all season long for the support they've given us. And let's wrap it up with a good one. Again, it's the signing day edition. Brought in Cane Ridge Senior Michael Reese. Michael, thanks for joining the show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I was at your signing today. Special time. What was today like for you?
It was great. I got to because it was like I'm really gonna be a Blue Devil now. I'm really gonna be at Duke now, and it was just surreal for me. I really liked it.
Did you sleep at all last night? I mean, I'm not nervous, but just
Yeah.
emotion of just it's finally here. It's like Christmas for you. I finally get to put pen to paper and send it in, and you're official.
Yeah, like I did not. I didn't really sleep that much last night because I was just thinking like this is happening for real tomorrow. I was excited. I was happy.
Now you are like, not only are you signed,
hmm
you're done with high school, right? Are you
Yeah.
have to go back at all?
I mean, I'm gonna try to
Try-
I'm gonna try, but
But your finals are over.
yeah. Oh, you talking about? Oh yeah, I've been done since yesterday.
Okay.
hmm
Of course, he's graduated from Cane Ridge. He's gonna early enroll and go to Duke, and you'll be there about the 5th, 6th of January.
The 5th.
All right, and then the classes start around the 8th.
The 8th.
You can be a college kid in another month. I mean, is that gonna be different?
It is gonna be different. It's just new location, new. Like I'm gonna be on my own, which I'm okay with. I just got to grow up faster than I thought I did.
What do you want to study at Duke?
Hopefully anatomy or biology.
So let's just talk about you as a kid growing up, and I mean, obviously your dad James Reese the third coached at TSU. Were you always gonna be a football player? Did he? I mean, did you start playing at an early age? I mean, you grew up with a football coach.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
started playing at 6.
Okay.
So I always knew I was gonna end up doing some type of sport
hmm
because I was playing soccer younger than that, like 4 or 5. So
Okay.
I knew I was gonna end up doing something.
so 4 or 5 you did that for soccer. Then about 6 you started playing football. Was that tackle back then,
Yeah,
or
it was
flag
tackle.
or
It was
flag?
tackle.
Okay. So tackle football at 6, and when did you just? I mean, I've got a kid that's a 7th grader, and he's playing his second year playing football, and he really likes the camaraderie. When did you fall in love with the sport, though?
I didn't really fall in love with it till last year.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened last year that you said, man, this I just love this game? And
Just I don't really know. Like it just hit me like because I just noticed everything I was doing for my. Oh no, that did happen. I noticed everything I did for my team, how everybody looks up to me, and like how we work together great. And I was like, I think that really helped me. Loved it.
you you started as a sophomore on the team that went to this championship game, finished runner up in the state. What experience when you're a sophomore and you're starting and you're playing? Did you play both ways back then, or you just
I
O-line?
just played offense back
Okay, so you're just an offensive lineman back then, and what did you learn as a little sophomore, starting on the offensive line, playing in the state championship game?
What I learned.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, it's like, man, that's like you're a sophomore playing in the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, that was crazy because I well I was young back then, so just seeing myself there at that young of an age was good. It was like I felt good and I felt good with my teammates. It's just I can't describe it. I'm sorry.
Um,
Yeah,
so really, that's when everyone got to know you. And then last year, you had a great season, and this year, when do you remember the first offer you had?
my first offer was Vanderbilt.
And do you remember when that was? Either
That was June going into junior year.
and back then, you're thinking, I mean, what do you think about when the first and it's an SEC school. It's just down the street from home. What's your going through your process then of thinking, man, the first offer, and I mean, are you even thinking about college football?
I wasn't. I'm not even gonna lie, cause I went up to the camp. Jerry Mason said he loved the way I play. He loved what I do on the field, and he loves like, cause they already had they already knew what I had. And it was like we wanted to offer. Like I was shocked at first. Like I just said that opened up more opportunities for me. And I got to get what I got.
You go to Duke, and obviously we know about the academics, and we know about the what they've done program wise, and of course David Cutcliffe is the head coach, and um, you kind of interesting connection there with Cutcliffe, and having been coached by Mose Phillips, who also was coached by Coach Cutcliffe when he was at Tennessee. Did that help you? Really, when you're making that process, I mean, you really knew what to expect from a guy like Coach Cut.
Yeah, it did help me because I wasn't for sure, and I was talking to him about Duke and Coach Cut. He had nothing but good things to say. Like he's the coach that you need to be playing for because he's gonna put you in the right positions always, and he's gonna take care of you on and off the field.
Um, why Duke?
It's just the feeling that I get when I get there. It's always a good feeling.
Now they, what do they? You get there and you roll early. The benefits to that. What do you see the benefits of enrolling early and starting class?
I could graduate early and I could start on my master's, and then I also get to get up there and work on my football, work on my technique, work on the little things that some of the other freshmen, when they come in, I'll be ahead of them in that.
What's your height and weight right now?
6'4", 250.
Where do they want you at? Have they talked about that
They
at all?
haven't talked about weight really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want to see yourself at?
I'm cool right here.
Okay.
I just want to get a little more bigger.
Okay. That'll happen soon, I guess.
Yeah.
And they want you as an edge, like a defensive end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got the length. I mean, you got to feel like you're exactly what you're looking for. You got the long arms, length, and everything. Is that one thing they really? What did they when they were recruiting you? What did they like about you?
They liked how I played, and well, obviously my academics. They liked how I played and how I could get upfield fast, hand technique, and I'm just a physical player.
Guys, you're watching the Bootleg presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Final show of the year. This is the signing day edition, and here joined by Michael Reese at Cane Ridge. And, you're the first kid from Cane Ridge to sign with a Power 5 conference. That's something, and, Cane Ridge has had some athletes over the history of the school, but really the last few years, especially since Coach Woods has been there.
Yeah, it was crazy because I think when that year we went to state championship, all those seniors, they helped me get to where I was right now because they had the connection. They all played together. They played hard all the time, and I just carried that out throughout my high school years, and they helped put Cane Ridge on the map.
Coach Cutcliffe. I'm sorry about that. Coach Cutcliffe, what's he like?
He's great. He is.
What's your best? Tell me, you got to have some story about Coach Cut. I've seen pictures after games where he's dancing around. What's he like? I mean,
he's just a great dude all around. Like I love him. I'm not even gonna lie. I love him. He just his energy. He's always positive. He's always thinking about you getting better as a person and a player. And I just think that's great as a coach. He's always involved too.
We talked on the phone about this last week or so, but there's four players from the Middle Tennessee area, and you, Malik Bone at Mount Juliet, Graham Barton at Ravenwood, and Gary Smith III at Shelbyville. It's unheard of to me to have four people sign with the same school. We're talking about Power 5 schools. I mean, the only exception would be like if they went to Vandy or Tennessee, an in-state school. What does that say about? What do you think it says about Nashville, the Nashville area, when you see them recruit this area so hard?
Say that we got a lot of ball players. That upcoming, we got a lot of ball players in this area, and just coaching needs to be on the lookout.
And I think early on you really didn't know any of these guys, right?
I didn't. I know I played against Gary like Pee Wee. He
Mm-hmm.
played for Shelbyville Eagles. I played for the Bellevue Steelers. We always played each other every year. But I didn't know him then. I just remember playing against him.
How much have you gotten to know him since then? I mean,
Uh huh.
are you on a group? I guess does everyone have the group chats
Yeah,
going on?
yeah. Everybody's in the group chat. Yeah.
I mean, is there a lot? Is there more trash talk with the Middle Tennessee guys? You know, picking
Not-
on each other at all?
Well, yeah. Me and Graham, when we played, we were going at it a little
Okay,
bit.
you had to play them twice, right?
Yeah, both times.
So, yeah. So there's some trash talk going on, and
Yeah, but it's all love at the end of the day.
so you enroll. You roll in January. What you know who your roommate is and everything. What is that like knowing that hey, you know your parents about ready to take you off and say there you go, see ya. You know.
I know. It's I don't know.
Are you ready to be on your own?
I think, well, not really, but I know like I can be. Like
Okay.
they raised me right to where I'm gonna be I'm gonna do good.
What's your best memory of as a high school football player?
When we went to state,
Mhm.
it was just that was a great year. It was a great.
What Coach Wood's been with you all 4 years? What's he been like as a coach?
He was always a fair, real coach. He never sugarcoat anything, which I love. Like I love when a coach is like hard and wants to see you get better. He's not gonna tell you something to make you feel good about yourself.
What are you gonna miss about Cambridge?
Probably my coaches, my team, and all my friends there.
Now, what's the wing or what is this thing they do? What is the insignia that I see them? All the guys are they do they have a thing like they?
Oh, who Duke? Or,
Yeah, Duke. When you guys do a little hand signal.
Oh,
or,
we go like this right here. It's
Okay.
like Bull City because
Okay.
they got a minor league baseball team there.
Okay.
It's
So that's kind of your thing.
yeah.
What Coach Ferris is Jeff Ferris. He was from Knoxville, went to Catholic, and he's really I guess the recruiter for either Tennessee or Middle Tennessee. What's he like as a recruiter? And I've seen him on the sidelines, talked to him briefly. He seems to have a lot of energy. What's that like? What was he like?
He was great because he would always try to contact us multiple times a week to see how we're doing, like how's your day going, things like that. It wasn't always about football, and it was just great. And he always brought that same energy. That's what you're talking about. Always.
It seems in talking to you and some other the other guys going to Duke, you keep saying, "Oh, it's like a family." It seems like in talking to him, where when the coaches there are really trying to get away from just talking about how'd you do on Friday night. Hey, you got a big game Friday night. Who are you playing? It's more of a who you are. How much does that weigh in of like where you're going to go when you say, hey, these guys, they're texting me things that hey, they want to know, hey, how did I do on my final, or they say, hey, how are you doing as a person? Not, hey, you up for a big game, good luck, and it's more than just football.
Yeah, it feels good because they care about us growing, like more as a well-rounded person than just a football player. Because if we become a good person, football is just gonna come right behind it. Because I think they work hand in hand.
Coach Cutcliffe, how big a factor was Coach Cutcliffe when you signed with Duke?
He was a big factor.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna lie, he was a big factor.
I mean,
he's just a legend.
Okay.
He's a legend.
Is there any funny stories about him? I mean, is he? I mean, I've seen the videos of him coming in dancing and stuff. I mean, is he pretty relaxed and?
He does. I don't really know. I can't really describe how he is. He's just a great person.
When you walk in his office, and I've been told, like I've kind of in my head, I've envisioned it from talking to you guys that he's got pictures of like every kid that's he's coached that's made it to NFL.
Yeah.
When you sit down there or you're standing around, are you like? I mean, is it just posted around the walls, or is it where is it at?
It's up on the wall, like right up on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, just along the.
Yeah. I mean, do you catch yourself kind of looking around and seeing all these guys and say, oh yeah, I remember him, all right? Yeah, I know him. I mean, what's that like when you start saying, hey, I mean, I'm sure everyone has aspirations of playing at that next level in the NFL. Do you think, man, this guy's coached all these kids?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, like I said, he's a legend. He's coached plenty of great athletes, and just becoming another one of them feels great.
outside of Coach Cutcliffe and the family, is there anything else that led you there?
Um, Coaching staff, my defensive Coach Albert and Coach Manning, they're big factors. They always, well, they just said that they would love to have me there. They when I went to camp,
Mm-hmm.
they talked to me like one on one, talked to me, and just were talking about what they see me doing in their program
Mm-hmm.
and how I'll be utilized, and just them being real and honest with me and telling me stuff like right off the bat was good.
Last question for you.
Okay.
Um, when you sign with Duke,
Mhm.
and they talk about, I keep hearing this. Well, they said, hey, it's not a 4-year commitment. It's a 40-year commitment. It's just, and talking to some of you guys that are going there, it seems like it's like, hey, this is well beyond. Hey, I'm going there to play for Coach Cutcliffe. I'm going there to play in the ACC, or um, I'm. It seems like, hey, I want to set myself up for life after football.
Yes, I did. That played a big role because football is not gonna last forever.
Mm-hmm.
So just having a backup, like a degree from
Mm-hmm.
Duke, that's gonna help me and help me go far in life.
Okay, Michael Reese, Cane Ridge, going to Duke. Be there in January.
Sure.
We'll see him in a uniform soon, as on the edge rushing, and can't wait to see you there. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And I know it's a busy day, great day. Congratulations on today and making it official. Again, Michael Reese, Cane Ridge Senior, and soon-to-be graduate. Now coming up, we're going to have another early enrollee, another Duke kid. The Duke Gang 2020 class is strong in Middle Tennessee. Again, you're watching the Bootleg Signing Day edition. This is our last show of the year, so we're making it a good one. It's a very strong Duke feel. Here with Malik Bowen of Mount Juliet High School, who I saw you earlier today when you signed.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on signing with Duke.
Thank
and
you.
What was today like?
It was a dream come true. Since a young kid, I dreamed of playing at the collegiate level.
Mhm.
Today it came true. I signed my name on that dotted line, and it's official.
You're gonna play wide receiver there. What's your height and weight right now?
I would say I'm 6'2" and a half, probably 185.
Gotta get that. The guy get that half right.
Yeah, you got to get that half in there.
Exactly. First, what was today like for you?
um, it was just a great experience. A lot of family came. My team came out and supported me. Just a surreal moment.
It looked really. Watching your signing today, you got a lot of your football. It was, I guess, the seniors. Was it all the seniors?
That was just the whole team.
The whole team.
basically.
The team's there behind you. You got your family there. It's got to be a special moment. I mean, I know it's a ceremony. You've already sent your stuff in, but still that
Yep.
moment. What's that moment mean to you when you see those guys there supporting you?
It's what we talked about for the 4 years I was at Mount Juliet. It's a family. They all came out. They supported. My phone blew up today.
Mhm.
A whole bunch of them put me on their story, their Instagram story, just shout me out, give me congrats and stuff for signing and stuff.
What time did you send your stuff in?
So my mom woke me up. She likes to have me like ready, even if it's just signing a piece of paper. Likes to get my hair ready, take a shower, all that. So I was up around 6 a.m. I didn't sign my paper until 7. Sent it in.
Which is
7
right when. So basically at 7, when you can sign,
Yeah.
you had it signed and sent.
We signed it and sent it in. So I had it sent around 7:05. FaceTime the coaches. They were all excited.
What's that like when you sent it to them? I guess you took a picture of it and sent it,
Yeah.
because that's the great thing is no.
Used to have to
the,
fax
the
it.
fax machine is
Yeah.
dead, folks. If you think people are sending fax machines on National Signing Day, it's dead. They're not doing that. I mean, you might see 1% of the kids, and I remember the funny story. I believe it was a MTSU kid signed with them, and they're like, I remember the coaches and staff calls them up and say, "Hey, are you signing?" He goes, "Yeah, I've sent it in there. It's I've just put it in the mail." And they're like, "You did what?" "Yeah, they put a stamp on it and sent it in." It's like, you don't do that, That was back in the day, and of course they
Yeah.
couldn't announce them until they got them in there. But for you, You get it sent, and then like what coaches talk to you over FaceTime?
All of them. So we answer the FaceTime, and as soon as you answer it, all the coaches are in the background, just like yelling, all happy and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then I talk to Coach Trooper, Coach Ferris,
Uh-huh.
Coach Cut, all of them.
So tell me about Coach Trooper.
Coach
He's been
Trooper.
around. I heard a little bit upstairs when we were talking off camera about Kool-Aid.
Oh,
Tell me the Kool-Aid story.
He loves Kool-Aid. So, in-house visit you get. He came to our house and he was always making a joke. You better have Kool-Aid when I come.
Uh-huh.
So we had a picture of the Kool-Aid man on the front door saying "Welcome, Coach Trooper," and he loved it. So he
Really?
took it back to his office and he's hung it up in his office.
And what flavor of Kool-Aid did you have ready?
Kool-Aid. He loves red Kool-Aid.
Okay.
None
And
of
that-
the other stuff.
And then today, wasn't he like waving some Kool-Aid?
Yeah, he posted a picture today with some Kool-Aid my mom gave him when we went down on our official visit.
Okay. Obviously, that gives you that family connection there
Yep.
for Coach Trooper. Knowing that that's your guy, that's your position coach. I mean, Coach Cutcliffe is a great guy and everything, and you're going to be dealing a lot, but Coach Trooper is going to be the one you're going to deal with every single day, every single practice. I mean, is that good that you have a great relationship with him?
Yes, and the energy he gives off is going to help a lot too. The way Duke does their practices, we do it in the morning, so he'll wake you up real quick with his tone of voice.
So Coach Ferris is your guy, the recruiting guy.
He's a Tennessee boy as well. He's from Knoxville.
What was he like as your guy? Really, kind of first got you interested in Duke, and how did he get you interested in Duke?
Just being relatable. So we're both from Tennessee. He was naming places and stuff where he was going, and I knew where that was. Can't relate to everyone. If you're not from Tennessee, you probably don't know about Mount Juliet, or you probably know about Knoxville because that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Just being relatable helped out a lot.
So you committed like a year ago at this time.
Almost a year. In January, it'll be a year. I committed, I want to say early January.
And you were the second person to commit for the 2020 class for Duke. Do you get any bonus points if you were the first one, or the second one?
Honestly, you don't. But I had fun recruiting a lot of these guys. They would tell me, "Oh, this is a guy we want." I would talk to them, build relationships with them, especially if they're Tennessee guys like my man Mike and Graham and Gary. We build relationships because they're so close to each other.
When you're just a high school junior and you commit to Duke, it speaks volumes that you kept your commitment. A lot of people, they commit and then they decommit because they find something else. What kept you loyal to Duke?
I would say just they're truthful. Everything they told me was truth, and I really felt that they were telling the truth. Coach Cutcliffe, that's what he does. He tells you the truth. Coach Trooper, all of them, they just made me feel welcome. I felt like I was a part of the family. I felt like my parents, just everyone in my family, when we went on the visit, we knew that was the place for us.
Now, I think you even had an in-house visit at Cutcliffe's house, right?
Yeah,
or was it his
so
parents?
Our
Was it the whole?
official visit, we went to Coach Cut's house. We ate.
That's Mrs. Cutcliffe cooked. Did she cook the meal, or they catered in? What you did?
They catered it in,
Okay.
but I would say Miss Cutcliffe can decorate a house really good. Her and her friend decorated the house, and it looked very good.
And then did she pick up the cookie? I saw some cookies that were specially made for Duke.
I want to say one of her friends baked the cookies, but
Those two things were really looking not sharp.
They were
but
pretty good. They taste pretty good as well, but they look really cool.
It's like all Duke uniforms, helmets. It was a pretty cool thing.
It was pretty cool.
I saw that on Twitter or Facebook. I think I saw it on your mom's Facebook actually. So you committed as a junior, and at that point, did you say, "Hey, I'm going to early enroll"? Or when did that come about that you wanted?
So I was talking to the coaches, and I heard about early enrolling. So I was like, I talked to my parents. I was like, I want to see if I can early enroll. It's a lot of get you ahead. A lot of rewards it can give you, and I went to my guidance counselor. I made it known that I want to try to graduate early. We started the process. It wasn't easy, but we got it to where we are now, and I'll be enrolling early.
What extra classes? I mean, this to be done now. What extra classes did you have to do? Is there a lot of things you had to do? Did you have to do anything in the summer, or is it just maybe one or two things? And
No, as an eighth grader, I took an extra science and an extra math, so that put me ahead when I went to high school, and I was taking honors classes and stuff, so I didn't have to take a math or a science the whole year, just half a year. So really, this last semester of high school has just been regular classes, economics, and government, applied math, English 4, and that's basically it. And that's what
what did you? What do you want to study?
I want to major in economics with a financial focus. Really, when I go up to Duke, I just want to see if I like it. So they don't have you going in taking math classes, social studies classes. You go in basically trying to find a major, what you like. So you want to taste every sauce there is for you to do. So I'm gonna go in trying to find. I might not want to be majoring in economics, but I want to find something I'm very interested in. But the dream is to be a manager of a hedge fund right now.
Okay. What what was your first impressions on Duke when you show up on campus?
Really, when I first went up on Duke, it was my first visit. It was a Virginia game. Back when Coach Parker was the wide receiver coach before they made Coach Trooper. I really didn't think I was going to get offered. I just went because I heard Duke was like a beautiful school. I just want to see it. And I had a great time. It was I got offered on the visit, and it was just ever since then I went up like 4 more times. I loved it, and it gets better and better every time you go.
What Coach Cutcliffe? I asked Michael Reese. I ask you. Give me a story or something about Coach. I mean, he seems to be a pretty cool guy to be around. What is he like when you're talking with him on a visit? Or
really, when you're talking to Coach Cut, he's full of stories. So I remember probably the second time I talked to Coach Cut, we went into his office, and he has pictures of all the players he's coached, and he has a story for every single one of them, and not just a story, but he has a lesson to learn from it. He has a moral to learn from it. So he'll tell you thousands and thousands of stories, and you will not get bored of hearing them. You learn a lesson. You can learn a lot from Coach Cutcliffe.
What did he tell you about Peyton and Eli?
My mom's actually a big Eli fan, so he has a long conversation with her about Eli Manning, especially now that Eli is probably playing his last couple games of his NFL career. They talked all the time about mostly Eli, not really Peyton Manning, but they talk a little bit about the Mannings. My mom loves the Mannings.
You're going to visit, and obviously Coach Cutcliffe, everyone wants to play for him. The education speaks for itself.
Yep.
But when you go there and you see the campus and the facilities, what is that? How much does that play into?
The cathedral is beautiful. It's the medieval vibe you get from the buildings there. It's kind of, you don't see that every other college. I kind of like the old looking type of things, but of course it's getting modern now. They have modern looking buildings, but it's just a beautiful campus.
Let's talk about Mount Juliet. Great career there.
Yep.
Made it to the quarters.
Yep, quarterfinals against Oakland.
Yep. Quarterfinals or second round. Second round, was it?
This year's second round.
And the year before it was quarterfinals.
Yep.
And probably the best game they played. Had a best opponent all year last year. What are you gonna miss about Coach Perry and Mount Juliet? And I still look at that pregame speech against Oakland that we were there, and that was probably the best pregame speech I've ever heard. But what are you gonna miss about Mount Juliet and Coach Trey Perry?
Just seeing them every day. They did a lot for me. That's why I try to give back as much as I can. Like he was saying earlier, moving lockers for him. I appreciate all that program has done for me. And I'm just gonna miss just seeing those players and the coaches and
Mhm.
the managers and just everything about it, the community.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go up to Duke, hopefully, trying to make them look good.
Coach Perry, what's he like? Pretty
Coach,
intense. He can be pretty intense at times.
Coach Perry, um, he can get intense when he gets mad.
Mhm.
Really, he's not. He's just a good coach. Really, he's not intense all the time. He's more of a coaching. He'll step in the drills and even play a little middle linebacker and 7-on-7 just to fire it up. Or he has very good ways of making a practice fun.
Um, Graduating early,
Yes, sir.
was that a hard decision to make, knowing that hey, you're gonna miss the last 4 months, 5 months of your high school career, and you're gonna miss a lot of friends and prom and
Yep.
graduate. They're gonna let you walk the line, graduation, but you're gonna. I mean, usually the last 2 or 3 months are probably the most fun that senior has. You gonna miss that part?
Uh, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting ahead right now. So going to Duke, I can get a semester of school early, and they're going to be in high school, so they won't be getting the college credits that I will be getting. And football-wise, I'll be a semester ahead, so I'll be able to get in the playbook, get in the
Spring
system.
ball.
Spring
Yeah.
ball. I'll be there for spring
Yeah.
ball and all that. So I'll get in the system before the other recruits or just the other students in general get to college to do classes. So it's gonna be sad. I can't be there with my classmates, but it's a better decision for me.
This year, I think probably your only year that you had to overcome an injury. I think that first week
Yes, sir.
you got hurt and missed 1 or 2 weeks maybe.
I missed the game Friday. I missed. We had a bye. We had a
You had a
early
bye
bye
week,
week,
yeah.
and I missed that bye week. I didn't practice that whole week. I came back. Didn't practice a little bit early that week of Lebanon. Came back and played in the Lebanon game.
What did that teach you? I mean, because probably I'm guessing that's probably the first injury you've ever had to overcome.
Actually, one of my teammates, I was very down at the time that I hurt myself because I was hoping for a big senior year. And Rayo Daffer, who also hurt his knee, he told me that you learn more at the lowest valleys than you do at the highest mountain. And that really helped me out. Also helped me, not to be selfish, I put the team above me to come back from an injury when I easily could have sat out and not have played. But I did it for the team. This is my family.
We're gonna wrap it up here, and I think we've got at least one more, gonna join us. I think Garnett Hollis. I saw him in the hallway from EGA. But so last question: what impact do you think you can make early on? I think at Duke, and what have they told you? I mean, I know you can be a receiver. They got some room to grow. Where do you think that you can fit in early on?
Honestly, most college teams have like 14 receivers, have a whole bunch of receivers. Duke lost a couple this year, so I think we're down to 5 or 6. So honestly, I'll be forced to get reps and be in the system early.
Was that also a positive for wanting to go there? Because there's an opportunity to possibly get on the field sooner than other places. Like you said, there's some places that got 14 receivers when you walk in, and there's like, okay, how am I going to get on the field? Am I going to get on the field that first year? It's going to. Was that play a part of it too? Say, hey, there's a chance I can get some reps early in my.
I really wasn't looking at the reps early on because they had like 9 or 10 early in the year. This situation just happened earlier, like maybe a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But I mean, the opportunity is there for me to go get it. So,
folks, that has been Malik Bowen, Mount Juliet Senior, signed with Duke, one of 4 Duke signees from Middle Tennessee. You're watching the Bootleg presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Of course, we're going to bring on Garnett Hollis Jr., and I appreciate Malik joining us. Going to bring in Garnett right now, and big day for him. Big day for BGA. A lot of good signees, and he's going, of course, by his shirt says Northwestern. And as an Indiana alum, still love you, but there's going to be a one time a year when we're not going to love you that much. So just take it easy on my Hoosiers. What was the day like for you?
It was it was a big accomplishment. I mean, just knowing that I'm gonna be playing Power Five football and
Mm-hmm.
in a great conference, a competitive conference, it's been a dream come true. I've been, waiting for this day my whole life, and I've been looking forward to it for a long time now. So, I mean, the fact that it's here is just a great feeling.
What was it about Northwestern? And I was looking back on your Twitter today. I mean, you committed on your birthday. Is that a goal you wanted to commit on your birthday,
Uh,
or is this kind of how it worked out?
it just that's just kind of how it worked out. I mean, I planned it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
after I took my three officials.
Mm-hmm.
I gave myself a week, maybe 2 weeks to find out and
Mm-hmm.
decide where I wanted to go, and then the day came, the day before my birthday. I was like, I think I want to commit on my birthday, so
Mm-hmm.
I just decided to commit on my birthday, and it was one of the best days of my life so far.
Northwestern, obviously they're a strong, strong, strong academic school. They've done really well football wise. Coach Fitzgerald's been a blessing there at Northwestern. Um, what won you over at Northwestern?
Um, it was really when I took my official. It just I fell in love with the campus. I fell in love with the atmosphere that I was surrounded by. I mean, already had a good connection with the coaches,
Mm-hmm.
but I got to meet a lot more coaches that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
really have a good connection with, and then also the players that are already at Northwestern. They
Mm-hmm.
set a good foundation for what it would be like if I committed there,
Mm-hmm.
and then the people who I was surrounded by that were already committed to Northwestern that are in my class.
Mm-hmm.
They just they was telling me all the good stuff, and you know I just felt like it has to be the place for me, and knowing that Northwestern is such a high ranked academic school,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I couldn't go wrong with picking this school.
All right. Did you sleep at all last night?
Uh,
Nervous?
I
Or you
think
sleep?
I went to bed at like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So
I was still working about then, I think.
yeah,
Big
yeah,
day for you.
yes, sir.
So you go to bed at 1. Do you sleep much, or you just like, man? Because you just sometimes like, hey, you're going to it's gonna be a big day. It's a special day. It's your day.
Yeah.
You get so hyped up. Was it hard to sleep, or did you just once you hit the bed, I was like, okay, I'm
I mean, I think I got into bed at around 11, so
okay.
I was just
Sitting
in
there
my
for.
bed, just trying to turn and twist and get comfortable. But
Uh-huh,
all the jitters and excitement had built up,
uh-huh.
so I couldn't go to sleep.
So what time did you get up? And
I got up.
did you sign right away and send it from home, or did you wait till you get to school?
No, I signed around like nine
Okay.
thirty. I signed around 9:30
Hmm.
at home, and then I went to the school and then had the ceremony there.
A lot of teammates, special day for BGA had Antonio Stevens and Nick Semptenfelder and
Bristol.
Briston Bennett,
Mm-hmm.
all of you guys FBS kids.
Mm-hmm.
That speaks volumes for what you had this year at BGA,
Yeah,
and really the last 3 years at BGA.
yeah, we are a rare tight knit group. I
Hmm.
mean, some of us has grown up with each other. We've been playing together since we were freshmen, so we all know each other's weaknesses and we
Hmm.
know each other's strengths. So that played a big part in you know trying to achieve the goal that we wanted at the
Hmm.
end of the year. I mean, we didn't get what we wanted, which was a state championship.
Hmm.
We didn't get that, but in some aspects, we still feel like it was a successful year because we play as a team for
Hmm.
most of our games, and
Hmm.
I mean that's really all you can ask for is to play as a team and play
Hmm.
hard.
I'm under the impression that if they want to move you over to offense, you could make plays.
I mean that's their decision, but
I mean, do you like defense more than offense? If they say, hey, you got to choose one or the other, but we can put you at right receiver, would you ever
um,
consider that, or do you just like defense?
I would do whatever the coaches needed me to do
Uh-huh.
and put me in the right position to succeed. I mean,
Uh-huh.
defense is where it's at.
Uh-huh.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
the corner that I am.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, if they asked me to go offense, I wouldn't mind going for a couple games or
Mhm.
two. I mean, I would just do whatever the coaches felt
Mhm.
like I needed to do to help my team out.
What's your height and weight right now?
6'2", 185.
Okay. and you are right now playing basketball. So you're not committed. You're not going to sign early. You're going to finish out this school year here.
Yes.
Did you think about committing early, or is it just not was never going to be a part of the equation?
Early decision at our school isn't allowed.
Okay.
It's because we're a private school,
Yeah.
so they don't let us go early. But I mean, when I first committed to Northwestern, um, leaving early was something that I thought about. But I mean, once I figured out that we weren't allowed to, that
Yeah.
kind of went out the door.
You guys in your standout basketball, still playing basketball, right?
Yes.
I mean, had great. I mean, you guys can make some headway in basketball, I think, can't you?
Yes, we can. We just everybody, most of our team are football players, so we still trying to knock off some of the rust. But I think once we get going, it's gonna be hard to stop us.
Now, I remember talking to you for Danny Doesn't like you wanted to be a basketball player.
Yes,
That
did.
was your thing.
Yes, I wanted to go to the NBA, and I wanted to be like LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and that was one of the one of my first loves in sports. But once I got older and I started realizing that basketball is a game of height, and I knew I wasn't gonna be 6'5" or 6'6".
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
when
much maxed out.
Yeah.
6'3". Yeah.
Yeah, I just started realizing that the NFL is, it's not easy, but it's easier to get to the NFL than the NBA with the multitude of positions. So, I mean, I just put my head down, start working like I needed to.
What are you gonna miss about BGA after the school year's over?
I'm mainly gonna miss the people I'm surrounded by. We have a big group of guys that are super close. We sit together at lunch every day. Every free period, we're with each other. So that closeness of my group is the main thing that I'm gonna miss most. The school has done a lot for me, but the people that I'm surrounded by every day is what I'm gonna miss the most.
Northwestern. I don't think I could get Northwestern. I guess that's try not to put a knock on Indiana since that's where I went. But the academics of Northwestern, was that something that really lured you there?
That was something that really got my attention. I mean, me and my family, we've always talked about being a student athlete, a scholar athlete. So once you hear those words, you hear student first. So we always try to put our academics first, because even if football don't work out, even if sports don't work out, me having a great education is still something that's very important to me and my family. So, I mean, looking at Northwestern, it's I think the 9th ranked school in the nation. So, I mean, I knew I couldn't go wrong with going there.
How much do you think BGA has prepared you not only for football, but for that academic side of that?
I think it's prepared me a lot. The work at BGA is not anywhere close to easy. It's an actual college prep school, so they treat us like we're college prep kids, and the workload is like a college, like how a college would be. So I think it's prepared me a lot for what I'm going to be facing once I get up to Northwestern.
What's your best Pat Fitzgerald story? He
I
looks
think-
intense on the sidelines.
I think it was when I called him to tell him that I was committing, and I just heard a loud scream of joy from him. I mean, that really, showed me that he actually wanted me to be in his program, and it showed me that he cared that I was going to be committing to his school. So that's probably the best thing that I have.
And did he know it was your birthday when you were telling him that?
Yes, he did.
Okay,
and
so
he wished me a happy birthday. Yes,
Okay.
he did.
Where do you fit? Where do you think you fit in at right now at there, and what do you want to work on between now and when you get to campus?
I feel like right now, I got a lot of work to do because I'm still 17. I won't be 18 until I'm already on campus, and I'm gonna be going against guys that are in their late 20s, not late 20s, but early 20s, that are like actually grown men. So I think getting stronger and getting faster is probably the main things that I need to work on in my conditioning. But right now, I'm just I'm excited. I'm excited to be officially part of the program. But once basketball starts, I'm getting ready to go to that next level.
So you're coached by Coach Rock Batten, up until this year. Then this year's Coach Rodriguez, Jonas Rodriguez, and what? How did those two guys mold you and get you ready for where you're about to take part of?
I think Coach Rock did an amazing job of, making sure I practice hard every day in practice, and I worked on my craft every day in practice, and he made sure that I watched guys that were older than me that were doing the right things, so I could do those things once I got a certain age. We talked a lot about Jawan Williams, the corner that was at
Vandy.
Vandy, that's in the league right now. We watched a lot of his tape, and I kind of modeled my game after him.
Okay.
Us being both long corners. So I think he helped me a lot in every aspect you can ever think of as a coach.
What when you come in at Northwestern, do you know yet what do you want to study?
Yes, business finance.
What do you want to do with that?
Well, I would like to be a financial advisor or a financial manager, and then once I get high enough in that business where I can start my own company, I would like to start a accounting firm.
Okay. So, high school career is over for football. Basketball's still going. What? How what are you gonna the football career being over? What's your best football memories?
Uh, just every Friday night playing with my 12 seniors that I'm so close with. Just knowing that, yeah, it's gonna come to an end, but we wanted to make it last, and we wanted to enjoy the time that we had together because we knew it wasn't gonna happen ever again. So just playing with those guys every night, and making plays for my team to help us be put in the right position.
Do you like snow?
I don't mind snow. No, I don't mind it.
Have you ever played in snow?
No, I have not. I mean, I've played in snow, not in sport,
Yeah.
but I've played in it when. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to live in Ohio, so
Okay.
I played in it a little bit there, but not anytime.
Are you looking forward to the idea of like there might come a game like in at Northwestern, a home game, and I guess in November when you're playing in the snow? I mean, that's if you've never done it, I guess that would be a feat to say, hey, I get a
I'm I'm looking forward to it because I never have done it. So
Okay.
it'll be an experience that I'll be experiencing for the first time. But I don't know, trying to cut and get out of my brakes in that snow might be a little hard. But I mean, I'm gonna get through it.
So you and Antonio Stevens, gonna be you've been teammates for the last few years. You're gonna be at least like once a year. You're gonna be like, not really enemies, but opponents.
Yeah.
What's that? Have you guys talked about that at all?
We talk about it maybe every other day.
Okay.
He always coming up to me talking about for the next 4 years, you're gonna be losing to me, and
Okay.
I mean, I just let him talk because
Okay.
I mean I'm not really a talker, but
And he is.
he can be.
He can okay.
be.
Okay.
I can be too.
Okay.
If I get riled up.
Yeah.
But, I just let him talk and I let him have it because I want him to see that.
Yeah.
Once we get up there and we play each other, we gonna get after them and we gonna come out with a dub. And then I'm gonna talk my talk and I'm gonna rub it in his face. But we talk about it a lot, like maybe every other day.
And with I think both teams, I guess, have kind of struggled a little bit this year. So I mean, the chance of kind of rebuilding and getting back. I mean, Northwestern down near there is doesn't come often because what Coach Fitzgerald's had. But do you look at it and say, hey, this is a chance to kind of come in at the right time to kind of bring it back up?
I think me coming in at the time that I'm coming in is a huge advantage for me. Northwestern lost a couple senior corners, so I mean that gives me an opportunity of coming in and trying to fill those spots. But even if Northwestern did have a year like they had the year before, having a good year, I would still come in trying to compete as hard as I could for maybe not a starting spot right away my freshman year, but a spot to where I would be able to get on the field and actually play in meaningful games.
Reading your why you signed, and I appreciate you doing that. Of course, those are on our website right now. In fact, everyone on our bootleg today has done the why I signed, and kind of their chance to tell in their own words why they signed with the school they did. So I recommend you going to Tennessee.com and look for that. But you know, looking at that, and it's just, you mentioned Big Ten, and I'm a Big Ten guy too, but the chance to play in the Big Ten, and you look at what Ohio State's done, you look at what Michigan State's been doing before this year, you look at what Michigan's been doing with Coach Harbaugh, and even Purdue up before this year, they've been kind of an uptick, and my Hoosiers might be the best one of all those outside of Ohio State, of course, and Michigan, but which is unheard of. They'll be back down to that 2-10 next year. You just hold on. But the chance to play in the Big Ten against those guys, what would that mean to you? Because I know we always talk about SEC, it means more, but the chance to play against in the Big Ten, which is a pretty good conference as well, what does that mean to you?
Personally, I think the Big Ten is the best conference in the country. So, I mean, me saying that playing in the Big Ten is a big accomplishment. I've always dreamed of, like, Ohio State is my dream school. So I feel like me growing up, I've always wanted to play for Ohio State. So the chance of me getting to play against Ohio State is, something that I've always dreamed of. Playing in that conference is, every game is gonna be tough. Every game is gonna be hard fought. So that's what I like, and I think playing in that conference will definitely get me ready for, trying to get past college and get into the league.
We'll go back to today's signing. We were there with, you've got Antonio there, and you've got Bennett there, and you've got Simpenfelder there, guys you've grown up with. Does it mean a little more when you're signing? And I know it's just a ceremony but you look over there, those are your boys.
Yeah.
How does it mean to, like, hey, those are your boys that you're signing with? I mean, that's got to make it today a little more special. Where, unfortunately, all four of you guys are going different directions, but it's got to mean pretty special when you look over and say, man, you had a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over the last 4 years.
It's more than special. I mean, me and Briston have known each other since we've been friends since 6th grade. I mean, we knew each other before then. Me and Tony became friends mainly in the 7th grade, but we knew each other before then. I mean, Nick was, I think, one of my first people I met at BGA when I first got there, and he became one of my first friends. So, I mean, growing up with those guys from middle school and high school to our senior year is just it's unbelievable that we all get to go to a college that we want to go to, and we feel good going to that college. And then just knowing that I'm sitting here to my right and to my left of guys that I have a strong love for, it's just, it can't be beat.
Folks, you've been watching the Bootleg presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. I want to take a moment to just really thank Michael Reese of Cane Ridge, and Garnett Hollis Jr. of BGA, and Malik Bowen of Mount Juliet for spending the time. I know this is a busy day, and it's a great day for these guys. They're signing free education for the next few years, and a chance to play at the college football level at high levels. So I want to thank them for joining us. We'll be doing more coverage of signing day over the next few days. One thing here we'll be working on, who are, it's kind of like the draft. Like, who's the best available? Here's the top available right now in Tennessee that did not sign today. Reggie Grimes from Ravenwood. I think he's going to wait till February. He's still committed to Oklahoma. Jay Hardy McCauley, defensive lineman there. He's still committed to Auburn. He did not sign today. Darren Turner at Memphis Central, a wide receiver and cornerback. He's supposed to sign tomorrow. We'll see where he signs. Marcus Henderson from MUS. He's a lineman there. He's going to recruit. He's going to sign in another month or so. Diari McDonald at Oakland. He's going to wait till February. Devin Curtis at Brentwood Academy, linebacker. He's not committed, and he'll wait till February to sign. Corbett Mims of Kirby. He committed to Arkansas State. He's going to wait. I'm assuming he's going to be one of those guys that will pick up some bigger offers in the next month once the first signing period is over. Darian Williamson at Haywood. He's still committed to Tennessee. He did not sign today. Luke Schaus, Ole Miss. I think he made gray shirt, but he's technically not signed, so someone could pick him up. Drew Francis at Knoxville West. He's committed to Arkansas. They're going to wait till February to sign. And finally, Chase Bishop at Independence, wide receiver. He did not sign it, and I believe he's going to wait till February to sign as well. So those are the best on the list that I could see according to the recruiting boards. So we'll be monitoring them for the next month. Recruiting never ends, and of course we're heading to the February signing period. Congrats to all the local and kids that have signed today for the early signing period. And of course they have until Friday. You could have more signings in the next couple of days because the signing period's 3 days long. But thank you, Garnett. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I'll probably see you on a basketball court soon after Christmas.
Yes, sir.
That does it for the Bootleg signing edition, of course, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Want to thank those guys at Farm Bureau Health Plans again from the bottom of my heart. They've been our sponsor all year. Without their support, we cannot do fun shows like this, and of course the coaches show we do all season long. So I want to thank Farm Bureau Health Plans for all their support this year. And this wraps it up for the Bootleg. We'll see you, I guess, next fall.